It is Purim day, and there is so much to do. Let's start. Hey everyone, it's Dora from flippinghousesandpancakes.com, and I think I'm a little crazy, but here I am. It is 6:45 in the morning on Purim day, and I'm actually going to try and get this video done and edit it and post it by the end of the day. I'm not promising, but I'm going to try. I'm up early because we have to go to Megillah reading. We have to go hear them read the Megillah in the morning, and we are doing the early 7:25 one. My kids are scrambling to get ready. Some have already left the house, but I'm going to throw together a breakfast real quick that's going to bake while we're out of the house so we can eat when we come back. Don't mind all the noise. My kids, like I said, are getting ready. And then we'll come back here later and see how it turned out and probably make a few other things because we have a big meal tonight. So let's get started. We're going to do something super simple. My French toast casserole. I have a peach French toast casserole in my cookbook, Flipping Houses and Pancakes, kosher recipes and kitchen design tips from an amateur professional, me. I have a peach French toast casserole recipe, and I discovered this morning, that was my oven beeping, just so you know. I discovered this morning that I actually did not buy the peaches, and it usually has a can of peaches in it. So we're gonna adjust the recipe real quick. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna start with a full loaf of bread. This is half of the loaf. I'm going to lay it out in my aluminum pan here, my baking pan. I did spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so it doesn't stick. I'm gonna lay it out just like that. I'm gonna do 2 rows, so half of the loaf and then the other half of the loaf. And we will have a really nice breakfast when we get home because everybody will be hungry, and then starts the very chaotic but fun day of Purim. So there we go. I've got my whole loaf of bread right there. You see it? All right. Now we're gonna do this quickly because I have to leave in like 15 minutes. I have to leave the house. So I've got 8 eggs that I've already cracked in here. Okay, we are gonna add, now usually I put only a 1/4 cup of sugar, but because I don't have the peaches, which add a lot of sweetness to them, I'm gonna put a 1/3 cup of sugar. All right, I'm gonna put a tablespoon, I did not bring a tablespoon here, so I'm just gonna approximate a tablespoon of vanilla. You're gonna have 3 cups of milk. So don't make this unless you're prepared to use a lot of milk. It's gonna get all soaked into the bread. This recipe means that I don't have to stand over the stove making the French toast, although that's always fun. I love making French toast. I love eating French toast. But I don't have the time to do that today. So today it's going in the oven, and when we come out, we'll be able to cut it into squares, and everybody can eat it that way. And a teaspoon of cinnamon, but as I was running around, I did not grab my teaspoon or my tablespoon. So that's it. That was 3 cups of milk, 8 eggs, a 1/3 cup of sugar, a tablespoon of vanilla, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And obviously, if you're using peaches, you would use a 15-ounce can of peaches and reduce the sugar down to a 1/4 cup. This recipe is in my cookbook, so you can definitely grab that, and then you'll always know how to make this. All right, I'm just mixing it up. I want all those eggs to get kind of beaten, but I'm also running out of time. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do today. So much to do today, but that's okay. I'll take you around and I'll show you some of the stuff we're doing. All right. I think I don't have any time left, so I think that's gonna have to be good enough. Drop that in the sink, and we're gonna pour this directly over the bread. So you wanna kind of cover all the bread. Get this poured over nice and gently. Really want it to get absorbed. It's gonna absorb while it bakes because we're gonna cover it. All right, so we've got the batter on top of the bread. You can see right there, everything's on top. I don't usually do this, but every once in a while I do take a tiny extra bit of sugar, sprinkle it over the top. You don't have to. Sometimes it makes like a nice crispy top. That's not in my recipe, but I do it sometimes anyhow, and I felt like doing it this morning. So it's a special day, right? Definitely special day. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon over the top too, just to give it like a little extra oomph. Look at that, looks beautiful. All right, I'm gonna cover this pan. I'm gonna throw it in my oven, which I've already set to 400 degrees. And I'm gonna gather up my kids. We're gonna run out to go to our shul, our synagogue, to hear the story of Purim read from the Megillah. And when we come back, hopefully it'll be ready and we can eat it. Okay, it's still really early in the morning. My kids should be ready any minute now to leave the house, but I wanted to show you, we were up late last night, finishing up. Last week I made all the babkas. Can you see? I know I don't usually do babka, but now you're seeing my very messy mudroom. This is what it really looks like. This is a real mudroom. Not neat and clean, but just like everything crammed everywhere. Okay, so we were up late last night, packaging, doing all my sealing. You can see I've got like a nice little babka and a sparkling grape juice. This is for our mishloach mana. One of the things that you do on Purim is you go and you give gifts to your friends, your coworkers, things like that. You give them food gifts. They usually give you food gifts back. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of back and forth, and mine are ready. You can see I've got more on the windowsill. I ran out of boxes, so I've got some nice bags, and I've got a dog. Oh dear, that was... I might have to cut that. I don't know. Okay, that was not a good moment. All right. Woo, it is going to be a day, let me tell you. All right. Oh, by the way, this is my costume for today, so that's it. I'm going as a cookbook lady who has a YouTube channel. Oh, there it is. Okay, we are back, and there's my French toast casserole. It was covered. It was in the oven, and I took it out. Look at that. Oh, it's going to be so good. We're going to slice it up, drizzle on some syrup, and we have breakfast. Okay, I made it back. We made it in time to hear the Megillah, which is, again, the story of Esther. If you don't know, it's the story of Esther and the story of Purim. Made it there. We heard it. We came back. Everybody got their makeup on, their costumes on. Everybody's ready, and right now, pretty much everybody left the house to go deliver some mishloach manos, which are the food packages that we deliver on Purim. So in case you don't know, on the day of Purim, we have 4 things that we have to do, pretty much. The first one is we have to hear the Megillah read. We have to hear the story of Purim read twice, once at night and once in the morning. So I've gotten those done. We give mishloach manot, which are the food packages that we give to people, which my kids are out doing right now. And we already had a few people come by, so that's always fun. Then we have to give matanot le'avyonim, which is giving charity to the poor. And we did that as well. And our 4th thing is we have a meal, a seuda. At the end, a celebratory meal. Usually we go to the event that our shul, our synagogue puts on, but there's lots of music and dancing, which is great for Purim. But since it's still the year after my mother passed away, I'm not allowed to go to the music or the dancing, so we're having a big meal here in my house, and my in-laws are coming, and my father and siblings are coming, so that'll be nice. So I am taking the opportunity while they're dropping off all of their mishloach manot, I'm taking the opportunity to do some food cooking. So we already ate that French toast casserole. That was breakfast. I have 2 pans of Persian-style rice with tahdig in the oven. If you want to know how to make that, it's in my cookbook. I'm making some French bread because at a seuda, at a big meal like on Purim, you always have bread. So I'm making some French toast. This recipe is also in my cookbook in case you are interested. And when this is done, I've got a few more things to make, some chicken and some other dishes, and I'll probably show you some of them. But in the meantime, I'm going to get back to doing this and make a whole bunch of little French bread rolls. Okay, it is now 1:30 in the afternoon. My kids all just ran back out. 2 are going to daven, mincha, and 3 we're going to drop off some more stuff for their friends. I've got my French rolls are out and done. I made these little triangular shaped, it's like a creamy wine and mushroom filling on the inside. I was going for hamantashen. I tried to actually do them like a tart, and I think it was just too small of a piece, and it didn't look so great. So I closed them up in little triangles. Got my salad done. My chicken is finally in the oven. And I have a choresh, I have a Persian stew in the oven. Oh my goodness. Okay. I've got a few more things to do. I'm gonna set the table, and when all my food is ready, I will show you what I got done today. So what are we eating for our Purim Suda? What did I make? Let's take a look. Okay, so some of the food that we have here, we have a pesto orzo. We have those little hamantashen that are actually beef wontons. If you can see, if you look inside that one, you can see it's like a little tiny burger right inside there. I've got some delicious, like a creamy wine and mushroom bureka right there, in triangle shape, of course, hamantashen style. This noodle kugel is actually made by my dad, but if you want the recipe, the almond noodle kugel is in my cookbook. I have some nice Israeli salad. Got a choresh. This is a Persian stew. It has eggplant and it has quince in it. My husband actually made that. And we have my Moroccan chicken. We've got rice, and if you dig into the rice, you can find some nice tarik. And my sister-in-law is bringing over some roasted veggies. If you celebrated Purim today, I hope you had an amazing day. And if you didn't, I hope you still enjoyed my video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications so you find out every time I upload a new video. And of course, as always, check out my website, flippinghousesandpancakes.com.